This habit turns a strong mind into a weak one. Let's review it. PMO, short for porn, masturbation, and orgasm, is something many people engage in without thinking much about its long-term impact. For some, it becomes a private habit hidden behind closed doors. But what many don't realize is that PMO has consequences that go far beyond temporary pleasure. It affects the brain, mental health, motivation, confidence, and even the way you interact with the world. This video isn't here to judge you. Instead, it aims to shed light on the negative effects of PMO, so you can understand what's really happening inside your mind and make informed decisions for your future. PMO often begins innocently, a moment of curiosity, a way to relieve stress, or simply something done out of boredom. But behind the surface lies a pattern that can slowly grow stronger. PMO hijacks the reward system in the brain, making it crave quick bursts of pleasure. The brain quickly learns that PMO offers instant gratification with little effort, unlike real-life goals that require discipline and patience. Over time, this leads to a dangerous illusion, the belief that PMO is harmless when in reality it is quietly building dependence and weakening self-control. Every time you engage in PMO, the brain releases dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure and motivation. Normally, dopamine is released when you achieve something meaningful, like finishing a task, learning a skill, or forming real human connections. But PMO releases dopamine in a much more intense and artificial way. As this continues, the brain becomes desensitized. Tasks that once felt rewarding now feel dull. Life begins to lose its spark. You may not realize it at first, but your brain is slowly becoming dependent on PMO to feel anything exciting. One of the most common negative effects of PMO is a significant decline in motivation. People who are trapped in the PMO cycle often report feeling unmotivated, tired, or mentally drained. Their ability to focus decreases, and small tasks start to feel overwhelming. The reason is simple. PMO trains your brain to expect intense, effortless pleasure. Real life doesn't work that way. Achievements take time, effort, and consistency. When the brain becomes used to instant gratification, long-term goals feel too slow or too boring, and procrastination becomes a daily battle. PMO overuse is closely linked to symptoms like mental fog, anxiety, stress, and emotional instability. When your dopamine receptors become overstimulated, your ability to think clearly decreases. This is why many people report feeling confused, easily overwhelmed, or unable to process emotions properly. PMO can also heighten anxiety because the brain becomes chemically unbalanced. The highs from dopamine spikes are followed by emotional lows, creating a roller coaster that affects your mood and mental clarity. PMO has a deep impact on self-image. Many people begin to feel guilty or ashamed afterward, even if they don't understand why. The cycle of trying to stop, failing, and trying again can create a sense of powerlessness. Over time, this eats away at confidence. You may start to feel that you lack discipline, that you're not good enough, or that something is wrong with you. These are not true, but they are the psychological consequences of losing control over a habit that feels stronger than your willpower. PMO affects how you interact with others. When the brain becomes conditioned to artificial stimulation, real social interaction can feel less exciting or more difficult. People may start avoiding conversations, losing interest in friendships, or feeling anxious around others. PMO can also distort expectations about intimacy, making real relationships feel less engaging or more challenging. Over time, this leads to isolation, loneliness, and a deep sense of disconnection from the world. Another negative effect of PMO is the decline in physical energy. People often describe feeling tired, heavy, or drained throughout the day. Because your dopamine system is constantly being overstimulated, your body has less natural energy and less motivation to move, exercise, or accomplish things. Even with enough sleep, you may still feel fatigued because your brain chemistry is imbalanced. PMO doesn't only affect your daily habits, it affects your long-term vision. When your brain is used to instant reward, it becomes harder to pursue long-term goals like building a career, learning new skills, or developing personal discipline. Your sense of purpose becomes blurred. Dreams that once felt exciting suddenly feel impossible or too overwhelming. PMO slowly steals your ambition, leaving you mentally stuck in the same place while life moves forward without you. One of the darkest negative effects of PMO is the psychological cycle it creates. You feel stressed or lonely, so you escape into PMO. Afterward, you feel guilty or disappointed in yourself, which leads to more stress and drives you back to the same habit. This endless loop can trap people for years. It's not because they're weak, it's because the brain is conditioned to it. Breaking the cycle requires awareness and a willingness to change. PMO is more damaging than most people realize. It affects your brain, your emotions, your confidence, your relationships, and your ability to live the life you desire. But the most important truth is this: change is possible. You are not alone. Millions of people struggle with PMO in silence, and many have managed to break free by learning how their mind works and rebuilding healthier habits. You deserve clarity, strength, and a better relationship with yourself. Thank you for watching, and if this video helped you understand the negative effects of PMO, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing educational